All right, hey everybody, welcome to day 3. I am just going to get us all set up here. Very excited to be continuing this journey with you. Okay. Just setting it up for Facebook live streaming as well, for those who didn't register. Okay, come and join me as I talk about taglines today as part of the 5-day challenge. You can watch back episodes starting with how to identify, I guess, your target audience and colors. Okay, join the series at challenge.5. Okay, title today is how to create a tagline. I'll say entrepreneurship and startup. Sure. All right, here we go. And go live. All right, Tracy Repchuk here. Welcome to today's amazing topic, and it is called Tagline. So let me go to the presentation, and we are going to be starting in just a moment. I just have a bunch of people coming on right now. Hello, hello. And I will let them arrive. Feel free to say hello in the chat. Feel free to say hello on Facebook. Shoot some hearts and comments. Love to have you participate. So yeah, if you are just joining us today for the first time, day 1 was all about how do you identify your target market, and day 2 was colors, and that was a fun day. If you weren't a part of that, definitely go back. I showed you some of the key tools that I use to really help identify and pull out the brand of my prospect. Okay, so let's begin, shall we? Pull this over here, see if I can see it better. There we go. Okay, officially. Welcome everyone, Tracy Repchuk here. And this is day 3. Yesterday we got to play with colors, which is a topic so deep you could spend a day on it. And today we are going to look at taglines, which are those statements that connect to a brand that give it more meaning to what the company is about. And when combined with the logo, it serves up enough content to fill a football stadium in seconds. All right, so if you haven't had a chance yet to go to fbchallenge.live, this is how you can get the exercise sheets that go with each lesson. The Facebook page, of course, which is where this is broadcasting, is designed to be the place where you can share your results and really get connected over these next few days. I would love for you to share and promote this event. So when doing that, just use the hashtag #ReachMillions, and that way I can help respond and know that you're participating. And lastly, this training is interactive. So be ready at any time. I'm going to be asking you questions and waiting for a reply in the chat area or on the Facebook forum where you can send hearts, thumbs, so that I know you got it. All right, let's get live. Okay, so this is honestly where we start to get deeper into brand development. And remember that a brand is established over time. It is not a tactic, but it is essential to being seen and being heard above the noise. Now, if prospects don't get what makes you special, that means your message isn't clear and you need to take a look at defining what's called a unique selling proposition. So let's take a look at a couple of fine points here. And that is brand versus marketing. So if we take a look at FedEx, okay, who here knows or can think about what is their unique selling proposition? If you want to put that in the chat area, I'm just going to open this up. Yes, very, very close. Well done. So theirs is, FedEx is, when it absolutely, positively has to be there overnight. This was an incredible statement that they put together because not only did it position them at the very top of the shipping chain, right, which was the overnight. It's the most expensive. It's the cream of the crop. They positioned themselves there and left everyone else to fight for the scraps, as you'll call it, the groundwork. And so it became so successful. And again, you'll notice it happens over time. It became so successful that now when you want it fast, people say FedEx it, right? You got to FedEx it. It's become a verb. And so it's important for you too, and again, why we want to establish things beforehand, figure out who your target market is and where do you want to position. We are going to be talking about this, but the bottom line is you have to get out of the sea of sameness. And in order to do that, that comes with effective branding. Okay, and who are these guys? Everybody should know these guys. I have traveled to over 100 countries in the world and spoken in 39 of them. And practically everywhere I go, including Dubai, these guys are there. What is their unique selling proposition? Yes, very close. Good job. Okay, here we go. So the milk chocolate that melts in your mouth, not in your hands. And again, if we look back kind of to positioning, their top competition was a candy called Smarties. And Smarties bled like crazy. Now, the thing is, Smarties is actually the superior candy. No dyes, no harmful elements within it. And but they didn't position themselves at all. They did not brand themselves, and they very much could have, because it was easy and fun to get kids to like it. All you had to do was say it was the war paint for candy, comes off with a quick face wash, and kids wouldn't have given a crap about M&Ms all of a sudden. Now the important thing here is, and when you're doing your evolution of logo development, when you're doing your evolution of taglines and unique selling propositions, what you have to remember is it might start off a little big and beefy, but it starts to get smaller the more familiar people get with you. Because now M&Ms is just melts in your mouth, not in your hands, right? Before they used to preface it with what they actually were, so that you understood. And now they don't have to, because it is such a national brand. Good job, Noel, that is correct. Now, this is known as the promise. So what do they promise? They're going to get there overnight. What do they promise? That it's not going to melt in your hands, right? So you have to start to think about, what is it that you promise? What do you intend to bring to the marketplace? Now, marketing is, of course, the distribution of that promise. You're up in social media, email marketing, postcards, banners, billboards, television, however it is that you are going to be marketing. That is how you get your message and your positioning out there, okay? All right, so this is what you do to reach your customers. All righty. Okay, I'm going to shrink that. There's so many boxes open, they're all in the way. Okay. All right, so the first thing then you need to do, of course, was to identify your target market, which is something that we did, right? So now you need to ask yourself 4 questions. And again, you're going to get an exercise sheet on this, so up to you if you write them down, but if you want to, that's fine. So these 4 questions are going to help you come up with the framework for this particular topic, all right? So what does your ideal customer want? And so as you're answering that question, which is, going to be part of the exercise that I leave you with, that's how you're going to move forward in the identification of what's unique about you. So let's take, I'm just going to give me an example here. Freedom lifestyle, to be able to make money with the skill you have or the expert that you are. So that's kind of what my ideal customer wants. All right, and most importantly, it's actually to make money with the skill that you have or the expert you are, but the ultimate goal is to be able to do that and create a freedom lifestyle. And if you want to, in the chat box, if you already know, start typing in, what does your ideal customer want? See if you can say it in just a couple of words, like freedom lifestyle, better health. They want to, increase communication. Whatever it is that your customer is looking for, if you kind of can encapsulate it down to that, that tells you how close you're getting, okay? Now, the second question, and just start posting in the thing and I'll take a look at them and help guide you through those. The second question you can ask yourself is, how can your product or service solve their problems, right? This is the whole point. Your customer has a problem or a pain point and you need to identify, how do you fix that, right? So we'll take a look at this. So one of the ways that I help people fix things is I help you focus on one core idea that you can distribute across many income streams without exhaustion, overwhelm, and a feast or famine existence. So the number one issue I discovered, primarily with women especially, because we're multitaskers. So you take that multitasking mentality and you're like, okay, I can do this and this and this and this and this and this and this. And then I'll bring out another product and another product and another product. And then I'll just do a side gig here. And it's way too much, right? So that's where I started to really help women, and that was to focus on one core idea. Boom. I built my entire company on one core idea, and that was the content from the book, 31 Days to Millionaire Marketing Miracles. And that is why I show you, I actually have a whole program called Your $1 Million Design, which shows you how to take that one core idea and actually distribute it. But we don't distribute it across other platforms until we start making some really good money from the core distribution method, okay? Once you have that in place, then you know you have your sales funnel in place, then you know you can start to take it to other outlets and disperse your time. So that is one of the key elements, okay? So you're gonna answer that question. Next question, what factors motivate their buying decision? So let's take a look at this. So The factors that motivate my target market primarily are they're tired of working too hard for not enough, and chime in to the chat area or into the comments area if any of these fit you. Are you tired of working too hard for not enough? Have you tried almost everything but nothing seems to work? Do you seem to have all the pieces? You know, like you've got your website and your landing page and your email marketing, and you've got, you know, a product and a program and a service, and you're doing events and you're really busy on social media, and you're completely and utterly overwhelmed and money's not coming in, right? That's the one there. You have all the pieces, but nothing seems to be working like it should. Or you're pretty successful and you're kind of doing okay, but you're not as known as you should be, and you're not, quite frankly, making the money you should be. You see all these little maybe puppies come along and up they go, and all of a sudden they're ahead of you. And that is happening a lot across all industries. And so that's why it's extremely important to kind of get your stuff together. So I help women have it all, money, family, contribution, and that's great, perfect. So, so what does your ideal client want? They want to have it all. And I believe that that is possible, 100%. I mean, to me, that comes a little, that's like a freedom lifestyle in a way, in that you can, my definition kind of a freedom lifestyle is to be able to do what you want, when you want, where you want, doing what you want, and making money in it, right? And so, yes, very good. And then so you want to start to take it through, because now you have to get the motivations and the elements connected to your target market and how are they feeling, so that you can come up with what do you do for them, you know, that's different. So why did your existing customers choose your business over the competition? All right. Now, in this case, you know, sometimes you have to ask your buyers of your program already. And one of the things that I have heard is I don't just teach it, I've done it. Okay. And of course, I can help you do it too. And even better though, and the big piece I think I bring to the table, according to my clients, is I also handle the technology, right? So it's great when somebody has to put in an email marketing system, but that's not your forte, right? So wouldn't it be great to have me come in and write the email copy for you and put it into the autoresponder system and set up the campaign and the tags and the behaviors and actually monitor and handle and get that out for you. And so that is that's one like piece of technology that I can do. And people love that because they know what they should be doing, but the reason they're not doing it is because they're like, I don't have anyone to handle that. Or yeah, I need a landing page, but I don't really know how to do that. And I don't know how to explain to a web guy how to do that, because web guys don't know marketing. Let me be clear on that. They can build you a website according to what you tell them to build it. Or they're really creative and beautiful designers, and they'll create a really beautiful website. But the thing is that converting? Is that taking a customer through an experience of enlighten, educate, know, like, trust, and buy? That's what websites are supposed to be doing. And a lot of times people get so caught up in the pristine and precise aesthetics of it that it actually doesn't convert. People are like, oh, that's pretty, that's gorgeous, I love that. Okay, bye. You know, no, we need, that's great. I love that. Wow, look at that program. Holy crap, did you see those results? I should probably look at this. I think I'm going to click and opt in. That's what we need, right? We need action. And so that is part and parcel. And so you have to identify, when you identify these 4 questions, you actually have the framework, just like when you identify your target market, for the rest of the data that needs to start to unfold from this, okay? Okay, next. Now you want to create a value proposition, all right? So let's take a look at this. So if we take a look at the statement formula, right? I take you from problem, all right? So start to type in the chat area, what are some of the problems that your target markets are encountering? All right, because when you can identify the problem, it starts to make it easier for you to framework what you can do for them and what you deliver, okay? So start to type those in, and I'll continue to go through the formula, and then we'll double back. Okay, so I help back to that target market, right? To transformation or deliverable. What is it that you give them, or what transformation will they experience? So, you know, are they going from here to there? The before and the after is an example of a transformation, and a deliverable is, you know, what are they going to get type of thing. Not the semantics of it, but the overall positioning. And I'll show you an example in a second. So you can benefit 1, benefit 2, and benefit 3. All right. So boom, boom, boom. Let's take a look at the unfolding of that. So this is kind of mine, all right? And I'll tell you, these aren't in stone, right? This will change as you grow, as you get more precise. So building it now doesn't mean it's with you forever, okay? It's easy to change out a tagline on logos in the future. It's easy to grow. And so don't get paralyzed thinking it has to be perfect today, but we do want to get something that is understood completely by your target market. Alrighty, so here's my problems that my target market are experiencing. I take you from struggling to be seen, working too hard for too little, and drowning in technology overwhelm. All right. So my market can be in any of these areas. Like struggling to be seen is often in the speaking industry or as a creative person. Working too hard for too little, that's almost every single person I meet. Your prices aren't enough, you haven't packaged, or God forbid, you're still on dollar per hour. And last but not least, you're drowning in technology overwhelm. You're trying to do stuff, or you're trying to manage a WordPress guy, or you're trying to manage somebody that's supposed to be doing something for you. Every single client I practically go into that is throwing money at, whether it's Google ads, Facebook ads, social media person, right? The problem with all of that, or the issue with all of that, is not only is it a singular strategy, but there is no strategy. Throwing money at a social media person, yay, okay, stuff's going out there, but where are you driving them to, right? What's the call to action of your social media? How do you ever expect to get a return on investment if we don't have a campaign or some sort of strategy in mind for every single thing that you do? That's the whole problem really with marketing, is people are doing, and they never thread together, or they never feed the end result, which is you want a customer out of this, right? So it's very important to understand that. Then, okay, so now we move into the I help. And so when you're talking to somebody, I help you, and so you can just say something like that. But here's why you need to know the you. So you don't have to say I help women business owners if you don't want. What you need to do, though, is create everything with women business owners in mind. This is for you, right? So that when you create your colors, when you create your communications, when you create your pain points, when you create your blog posts, when you create any content at all, you're thinking this is with a women business owner in mind, okay? And here's the deliverable, so to speak, from my point. I help you apply a proven formula that will eliminate the confusion and cost of endless marketing options, right? So what am I doing there? That means that all the confusion, which most people are experiencing, I'm going to tell you what you need to be doing, okay, so that you're not doing, I mean, I just got a new client. She's doing Facebook ads, Google ads, she's doing social media, and these are all people she's paying. And all of these strategies going on, but I'm just going to focus her in on one strategy right now. And then I have another idea for another great strategy for YouTube. But there's no sense doing this strategy. One, I don't want to do both together. I don't want to add a confusion. I want to get one thing working, and then we're going to get the other thing working. All right. So apply a proven formula that will eliminate the confusion and cost of endless marketing options, because God knows there's 1,000 places we can be spending our money. And then so you can, and you'll notice bracket, bracket, bracket. These are the benefit, 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 okay? Now, you don't necessarily have to say all of these, but you need to know, the top 3 benefits you give someone, or else you're not going to be able to kind of, position yourself differently when you're talking to them. Okay, so in my case, so you can automatically attract your ideal client, right? Catapult your income, because we're going to get laser focused. I'm going to package and price your programs, and then we're going to put in campaigns and start to communicate consistently for that one program, right? And start living your freedom lifestyle today. Notice we took it back to what they want, which was that freedom lifestyle, okay? So the easiest way to start living your freedom lifestyle today is to get stuff off your plate you should not be doing. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. So just because I can do website development, I can program in HTML, I can do all of that, I should not be doing that. That's why I have staff to do that, right? So in your case, if you don't have staff to do things that you should not be doing, you need to find reliable partners that you can lean on and leverage their expertise, because in order to start living a freedom lifestyle, you have to move out of areas that are strangling you, and you have to move into your sweet spot, only what you can do. That's the whole thing, right? That's how you're going to move into that positioning, is by doing only things that you can do, and then start to move people in place for the things that you cannot. All righty. Okay, and then you're going to take that bigger statement and start to reduce it to a tagline. Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of fun here. What I want you to do is identify the taglines of these companies and see if you can. Avis, who knows what the tagline of Avis is? And if you don't, you don't. Just say don't know or no idea. So here's why I like Avis. Avis, to me, is a similar story to Smarties, in that Hertz could not be moved. They had this humongous amount of market share, and nobody else was touching it. So Avis, he realized there was actually a chance to move into that second position. And so they made their tagline, "We're number 2, we try harder." Now they've actually eliminated the first part, and they've gone to "we try harder." But in the beginning, they knew they had to position themselves directly behind Hertz. And so that's why it had the 2 pieces. And you can see now they start to move it down. The alternative based on easy to follow system, that the long-lasting financial via business that continues to pay you more. Okay, good. That's a great start, Lorna. Yeah, good job. Just make sure that it slots and start to eliminate too much. GE, who knows what GE is? You can almost hear the song on the commercial when you hear GE, for anyone who's familiar with their commercials. And it usually comes on when they're talking about like washers and dryers and things of that. Yes, good job. Very close. So they said bringing great ideas to light. It's actually we bring good things to life. So good job. We bring good things to life. Very cool. Good job. BMW. That was the very first car I bought for myself at the age of 20 because I started my company when I was 19. And I was rocking and rolling pretty young. And so this is Bavarian Motor Works. What is their? Yes, good job, good job. It is the ultimate driving machine. Great job, Shayna. First to come up with that. Good job, Noel. Yep, they're all starting to come. Good job. Next one. This is universal. That's it. Just do it. Good job, Lorna. And so remember, they used to have just do it, right? And then now all they have is a swoosh, right? They've gone down to this perfection. And that comes, remember I said that branding is not a tactic, it is something that is consistent over time. This has just been consistent over time. Okay, everybody's gonna know this one, especially in North America and the UK. God knows they're everywhere there. Yes, finger licking good. Good job. Perfecto. And notice now, finger licking good, 3 words. Just do it, 3 words, okay? We bring good things to life. That is 6 words, all right? That is the sweet spot, kind of 7 to 12 words, or 7 is the sweet spot actually, but it can be anywhere from 2 to 12. Okay. What is McDonald's? Who knows McDonald's? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Excellent. Good. I'm loving it. Okay, good. Very good. Okay, next. Actually, I wanted to show this one because I'm going to actually be talking about this particular thing in the logo section. And that is when you are launching a unique selling proposition or tagline, or you're positioning with your tagline, in the beginning, it is good to have it as part of the logo, okay? Because this out in the world without Eat Fresh, right? Generically, if somebody doesn't know Subway is a sandwich shop, it could be Subway, it could be the transit line. And they have a great one. I love Eat Fresh. That is just so good. 2 words, succinct. And a lot of these used to have the line underneath, okay, the tagline underneath. They don't anymore because of where they are. But in the beginning, you will need that tagline. You have to tell people what you do because in the internet, when the logo goes out, this is all people see, right? People didn't know what GE was, Avis was, this, all of these have become entrenched in us, and they now can drop pieces, okay? But in our case, we have to start off with the whole shebang, just like this. Okay, apple. Yeah, I love my apple. Okay, who knows what their tagline is? Think Steve Jobs. What did he live, eat, and breathe? Yep, that's a good job. Think different. Nice. And last but not least, I hope you have all have one of these in your wallet. This is my absolute favorite credit card line. Yes, very good job. That was from Shayna. And actually, sorry, no, that one is, what's in your wallet is Capital One. American Express is don't leave home without it. But good job, that's right. Very, very, very close. But it shows, right? We remember things. We start to build this entire story, and I'm actually going to talk about this a little bit in logo tomorrow. We build this entire story from a word, a color, This is why it's so important that you impact somebody, because you only have seconds. Okay, now here's your tag hack for the day. So remember, we had this big fancy message. Often it can reduce to the one line for your tagline to start living your freedom lifestyle today, right? From the last line. You usually use your most powerful line as the closer, okay? And so then when you get this encapsulated down to just precisely what it needs to be, you can then transfer that to be what would be under your logo, okay? And or the other alternative is, if your transformation, if you can get this transformation right here down to, like, you know, maybe your I help women lose, you know, 25 pounds in 7 days. Let's say this was your transformation, lose 25 pounds in 7 days. You can probably put that as a tagline. That's a succinct transformation. Lose 25 pounds in 7 days. Wouldn't we all sign up for that, right? And so that would be unique. That would be, you know, that's, and you got to remember, that's your promise, right? That's the promise that you're giving. So if the promise is start losing 25 or lose 25 pounds in 7 days, then the key is you have to be able to start living, delivering on that promise as soon as a client signs up with you. And in my case, I can, because the second you give me the crap you don't want to deal with, now that gives you the breathing space to be where you should be, right? The women, the reason a lot of women in particular either play small, don't grow, can't scale, aren't making the money you deserve, is because you're trying to do it all. You're smart, you're incredible, you can do it, and so you are. And that's where it'll kill you. And if you don't have enough money to hire, it's because you're stuck in this mode. You can't, you're playing so small, you will never be able to get out of the hamster wheel so that you can break free, so that you can start to grow more, okay? And that's how it is. So there is your quickie hack to create your tagline. Okay. So the exercise sheet will be arriving shortly, if it hasn't already. You will answer your 4 questions and then just start to play. Get it to a value proposition from these, right? I just started to pluck everything from here and make it and put it into this framework, and then reduce it to the tagline. By, in my case, I grab the last line. It all depends on what your promise is, or that transformation, or in the middle, to being able to grab that. Okay, so now here's the one thing I do want to talk about, is sometimes it's extremely hard to do this because you can't read the label from inside the jar, which is why, again, I have my program, message2millionsmastermind.com. If you're enjoying content like this, I have, as you can see, we're just in being brand new. That's all we're kind of hanging out in. I have 12 of these that are exactly, precisely formulated to move you through the different parts of building a business, and to help you accelerate every single one of these, so that you can get your goals faster, right? Like if one of your goals is to be speaking on stage, my entire speaking module shows you, again, back to, I don't teach something I haven't done. I've spoken in 39 countries. I've spoken on stages of 9,000 people, made 6 figures in 90 minutes from the stage, and know how to get speaking gigs, right? All of that is in Speaker and Speaking. You know, how do you get a TED Talk? How do you get speaking gigs? All of these answers are sitting in here. How do you do a book or product launch, right? I talk about being a 7-time #1 international best-selling author. That's because those are the 7 books that I created. I actually have 35 best-selling titles from other books that I've been in. And I assisted in the launch of all of those books, and I've created 45 #1 international best-selling authors because of the content that I show you in a book or product launch. So that's one of the things you want to do. That's sitting just in this module. If you want to get on TV, I've been on NBC, ABC, Fox, every single major network. Not only do I tell you how to do that, I give you the scripts that I used on the phone to book the call, to book the segment, and I give you the template that you have to submit to them for them to even consider you. It's called a segment proposal. I give you all of my segment proposals in that module that I got booked with. So everything has been proven already, and you just plug and play your own content in there, and it exactly is the formula that that television is looking for to get you on. So if that's something you wanted to do, your own live event, if you've ever wanted to do your own live event, there are tips in there that could save you any of the money that you've already earned. I made 2 major errors when I was putting on my own live events because of things I didn't know. What you don't know can extremely harm you. And I was lucky. I got out of those 2 big errors, but I teach you what they are so that you do not do them. And people aren't talking about this when they're training on how do you do your own live event. They're talking about how do you fill it. I talk about that already, or how do you put it on, etc. I talk about that. How do you segment your day, your 1 day, your 2 day, your 3 day? I talk about that and I give you all the formulas. But it's important that you understand all of that. And it's great, but I tell you what, make these 2 big mistakes and that entire thing could be not even worth anything. So that's one of the things that I put in there simply because I've been through everything I've been through. Selling made simple, especially. One of the #1 backoffs I find with women is selling. It's because you think you're selling, right? So first we deal with the framework. You're not selling, you're enlightening somebody on what you can do for them and how you can help them. That's it. And yeah, you're going to ask for money, but they have the ability to choose at that point. So, you're not selling, you're enlightening them. And so when you understand the framework and the fact that they have a problem and they're going to find somebody to fix it, wouldn't you rather that somebody be you, right? And so it's just kind of through that process, I show you how do you have that sales conversation and especially not feel uncomfortable about it. Okay, and you'll notice today too, that framework that you saw, the I help you statement or the value proposition statement, that actually comes from creating the message. So I did a little back out, because we can't create the tagline until we create the message, but we need the tagline for the logo. So this has been a little bit of an overlap, and I brought that statement out. There's actually much more to that statement. There's a lot of background and things of that nature, but that I gave you the framework. So you can take that away now. And during this challenge, you can save 80%. That's the fun part. So it actually goes from, you're going to be with me. This isn't just training. Although if you're interested in just the training without me, I do have that as well. That's a different program, but it exists. But if you want me to review your stuff to help you script, to help you identify key elements that you might need help with, that's this program. It's normally $10,000, and if you get it during the challenge, it is $1,997 to spend a full year with me and have lifetime access to all of these materials. So there we go. That's it there. If you're interested in that, you can go to messagemillionsmastermind.com. If you aren't sure if this is a program for you and you would like to have any guidance in that area, book a call with me on my calendar. I'm happy to say, you know what, this is for you, or you know what, you're already here, maybe this is a better program, or you should have me build this before you worry about this, whatever, right? I'm happy to help you. So that is it for today. Tomorrow is logo, okay? So we're just going to go over some of the key elements. We're starting to put all the pieces together now. So it will be a nice, quick, fast class, and you're going to enjoy some of the pieces and the understanding better of how it fits especially on the internet today, right? That's the key differentiator through how we have been taught for so long. The bottom line is it's on the internet now, so it's actually a different playing field. So I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today. And remember, if you have any questions, you want to share your stuff, do it in the Facebook group. And let's keep this branding party going, because when you get this, the rest starts to unfold like a beautiful sunflower. So I'll see you tomorrow, and bye for now.